Needless to say, we've had a few challenging days over this last weekend, and I just want to take this moment to thank all the people that we had involved over the weekend. Just we had starting Thursday evening, we had all the city staff going home thinking they were going to have a nice 3-day weekend for Easter. And then Friday morning came, and then we had when the storms came through, the city staff, most of them started getting woke up at probably 1:30. Started to get calls in or 1 o'clock. The staff were starting to be called into City Hall. Um, so the staff started coming to life at 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock Friday morning, and really without a little bit of rest, probably Friday night, they worked pretty hard all the way through till Saturday evening, and then fortunately got yesterday off for Easter, and then back at it again today. And I just can't thank enough for the city staff for their dedication to our community. It isn't every day that you're going to have people that come in when they're supposed to be having days off, supposed to be enjoying, probably ruining some plans for the weekends, but diligently coming in and working all weekend long for the community. Starting, like I said, 2 o'clock in the morning, coming in pitch black because there's no power, not able to see, driving around, not able to see if there's logs across or trees across the road as you were coming in, or if there's down power lines as you were coming in, and then taking the time to remove those from the roads for later in the day, so our citizens could have clear pathways to drive within the community. We had kudos to our firemen who came in to do assessments, and our city staff that went around early in the morning to do damage assessments. We had fire departments from let's see, I don't want to miss any. Alta, Newell, Marathon, Sioux Rapids, Rembrandt, and I believe Cherokee also all came in before dawn to help our crews do damage assessment in the community. So just kudos to our surrounding neighbors for the help that they gave to our community. Also, just like I said, just a big thank you to our staff and our leadership, led by Ms. Navratil, and all the department heads, chief of police, the chief of fire, and their staffs for the dedication and the work that they did, and the leadership that they provided. I was at the fire station most of Friday and just observing and doing public relations stuff with TV stations, but I guess some of my definition of leadership is in a state of chaos like it was. And during that day, you couldn't tell that there was chaos going on. So in my mind, that showed the type of leadership that we had with chaos going around all around us, that it was running very smoothly. Everybody knew exactly what they were supposed to be doing, and they were getting their jobs done. So appreciate everything. It's just really proud to be the mayor of Storm Lake in situations like that. And then we moved on with all the volunteers that we had in the community coming Saturday, all the work that was done. If you drive into town today, if you drove in Friday and you drive in today, you wouldn't, it's a huge difference in the way the community looks between last Friday and today. And that's just all the hard work from all the dedicated volunteers. And I would name some of the volunteers, but I don't want to miss anybody because there was just a large amount, and appreciate everything that they had done. I also want to do a special thanks to the Spencer Fire Department. They came in at, what was it, Chief? Probably about 2 o'clock to relieve our firefighters who had been there since 1 o'clock in the morning. And they no sooner got here, and they had Chief was giving them a orientation, and they're looking at the wall, talking about this is where the fire alarms go off. And no sooner were they looking at that than the fire alarm went off. So they no sooner got here, and then they were called out on a call. So our thanks go to the Spencer Police, or the Spencer Fire Department, for sending some firefighters down to help with the 2 to 8 shift or whatever that was Friday, so that our firefighters had an opportunity to get some rest. And what we got all sorts of thank yous here. We couldn't have gone through the disaster without the Buena Vista County Emergency Management and Director Amy Barrett, who virtually lived at the fire station for both Friday and Saturday, helping get the assessments put together and sending into the state to get so that we could be declared a state disaster area and all that comes with that for our citizens. And also a huge thanks goes to Go Serve Global. I mean, those of us that were working around the fire station Friday and Saturday know how much effort Go Serve Global does. I don't know how many people know about them, but they're from out of Albert City, and they go around the nation with disasters. And they have equipment, and they have volunteers, and they do the job in the community. And they did just a tremendous job helping out Friday, particularly getting the roadways cleared away so we could get traffic through the roadways. And then they moved on into Saturday, helping our citizens with the disasters in their own yards, helping them clear up the trees and stuff in their own yards. They are still here, still using volunteers, and they plan on being here, Kim, all week. So you can get, if you know of people in the community that need some help, they can just go to they're going to be at the fire station the entire time. They can go to the fire station and just ask for what you need to have done in your yard or wherever, and they can find the volunteers to help you do that. You can also go with stormdamage@stormlake.org and email that address with pictures of your damage and stuff, and they can also use that to tie you up with some volunteers to get your projects done. So they've been going nonstop for the last couple of days. You'll see their trucks. I mean, they have big trucks that they have in the community hauling trees and stuff. So big shout out to them and to I don't see Barb here, but to Barb Meister, who heads up that organization here in Storm Lake. Next one is Mid-American Energy. If it wasn't for Mid-American Energy, with all the people that they brought into town to bring the power back, we would have been in a lot worse shape than we were. We got our power back a lot quicker than I think anybody realized or thought we were going to. When I went to Mid-American around 11 or 11:30 on Friday, and got out there, and there was every single power pole from Mid-American at the Field of Dreams all the way up to the blacktop was down. And I don't know, there's 15 of them probably. And they had a lot of crews coming in from a lot of different places to get power to this community, and they need to be. If you see anybody from Mid-American, thank them, because they worked really, really hard. Also from the county, we had BV Conservation. They were here right away early Friday morning with some people to help with some volunteer work and getting roadways and stuff cleared. We also had a Red Cross team in town here that was working. They were bringing tarps in for businesses that had lost roofs or had holes and windows broken and stuff like that to help businesses get those covered. The schools, we contacted Superintendent Stacy Cole early Friday morning to see if they would open up the high school for any folks that might need shelter. Fortunately, we didn't have anybody with enough damage that they needed shelter, so I don't think that was utilized, but we were very fortunate that we had that opportunity was here, and I think Power Solutions came to provide the generator and stuff to use in the auxiliary gym at the high school. So law enforcement officers from both the county and the state were here. We had help from many businesses: Storm Lake Towing, Shaler Telephone Company, Heartland Tire, Red Nord Technologies, CenturyLink, Long Lines, and just many more businesses came and provided people and just did different things in the community that we needed. And then, of course, we all needed food. So we had several people provide food for the workers and the volunteers. We had Kings Point, the Storm Lake Bakery, Power Solutions, Scooters, Casey's, Representative Jones provided some food. Casey's and Sioux Rapids even brought some food down. And on Friday, over the noon hour, we had the BV County pork producers and Cherokee Locker provided grilled pork burgers out at Mid-American for the workers. So all in all, it was quite the gathering of the community together, and it just makes you real proud to be. It makes me proud to be mayor of Storm Lake, and I think we just have quite a community that pulls together in problems like that, and no matter who you are, it was everybody. I mean, it was different groups, different ages, different diverse population, just everybody was involved, and it was just really great to see. Unfortunately, it took something like that to occur, but just a couple other things going forward as we move forward. If citizens, if you still have branches and twigs and stuff in your yard, we would ask if you have the means to take those out yourself out to the recycling center. But if you do not, our city just bring them to the curb, to the parking, to the curb, and our city staff at some point will be around to pick those up and move them away for you. It may not, it may take a week or so to get that taken care of, but it will happen. So just if you have stuff and can't move it yourself, take it out to the curb and it will get taken care of eventually. Like I had mentioned, Go Serve is still functioning in the community through this week. So if you want to volunteer, that's a good place to go to talk to them at the fire station to volunteer. And also if you need some volunteers to help with projects on your property. And we still have the 3 spots in the community for people to take shingles, siding, or whatever damage that you might have. You can take that to the dumpsters at the Discovery Center, the fire station, and the Field of Dreams. Those 3 spots. If you have any of that kind of damage that you need to discard. So I just really want to thank everybody and the leadership that we have in our city staffs and all our departments. You really stepped up. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that, anybody got anything to add or anything?
Nope. I just want to say thank you to all the staff that showed up. I mean, I can't tell you what an amazing team council you have. Dedicated. I mean, we had people, and I'm not going to get into the individual stories, but it's amazing. So I want to say thank you to all of our staff. And I know that doesn't cover anything, but great job and thank you.
Yeah, had some staff that sacrificed quite a bit over the weekend to do that. And volunteers too. So, okay, enough said with that. We will